Hi, I'm Jen, and you're watching Jen's Journeys. I am spending a fall weekend in the North Carolina mountains in a town called Boone, North Carolina. It's a great day to go to the mountains. We had a very important first stop. Look at all the trees. This was the first weekend in October. If we had gone the second or third weekend, we would have seen more colors. We are pulling into the small town of Boone, North Carolina. Our first stop is Appalachian State, or App State for short. The campus is very pretty, and you can see how close they are to the mountains. We made a quick stop at the bookstore. We decided to eat at a local restaurant called Pepper's for lunch. It was decorated in a nostalgic way and had pictures of the local mountains. The club sandwich was delicious. Then it was time for shopping. We went to the cute area on King Street and started with Mass General Store. There were bins and bins of candy and any other product you can imagine. Jars of jams and syrups and mixes. The store is huge. There are dishes. There's even a whole display of every kind of Burt Bees products you can imagine. There were fun gifts like homemade pottery and a mayonnaise cookbook. There was even a whole floor of clothing. You could really spend half a day in this one store. The next stop was the Shops at Farmers. This is from the second floor looking down. You can see that there are different areas for each vendor, and so you never know what you're going to see. There were some interesting products, and you could spend some good time in this store too. Common Good Company was our last stop. It's one big room with lots of unique things to look at. We also tried to go to a whole lot of donuts, but by the time we got there, all the donuts were gone. We found the best corn maze we have ever been to. It's called New River Corn Maze, and it's about 10 or 15 minutes outside of Boone. So we went for a drive. We passed the tractor on the way in. There's the field of pumpkins, and here's the entrance to the corn maze. We are ready to go. The maze brought us out 3 different times to the banks of the New River. It was very pretty. It took us 45 minutes to get through the maze. It was fun and very challenging. We had to get some fun pictures on the tractor, and then we went on our very own hayride. On our ride, we got to see some of the Christmas trees that they were growing on the farm. They only sell them wholesale, so you wouldn't be able to come here and buy one. For dinner, we tried another local restaurant called the Peddlin' Pig. We got a platter that had barbecue, ribs, and brisket. It was really good. After dinner, it was time to go to our hotel. Hotels in Boone in the fall are really expensive. Thank goodness we had enough points to stay here for free. They had a really nice outdoor fire pit that they used every night. Here's a quick tour of our room. It had a pretty nice kitchen, full-length mirror. It had a lot of closet space if you need that. And this room had a king-size bed and a sofa bed, and the sofa bed was not very comfortable. But it was fine for one night. I loved this shower. I would like to have a shower like that in our house. Here's the view from the window. The hotel had a great breakfast buffet with lots of toppings, juices, yogurt, and hard-boiled eggs. There were different kinds of breads to toast, apples, cereal, bagels, oatmeal, scrambled eggs, sausage, ham, and waffles. We went to church on Sunday morning, and then we drove to the top of Howard Knob, which is one of the Appalachian Mountains, and this is the view from the top. What's better to do on a Sunday afternoon than to take a drive along the Blue Ridge Parkway? The parkway was constructed in the 1930s as part of the New Deal program by President Roosevelt to put Americans back to work after the Great Depression. It's 469 miles and stretches through Virginia and North Carolina. These are the 3 overlooks that we stopped at. There are lots of overlooks and hikes and paths and waterfalls and other sites to stop at along the way. We were ultimately headed to the Cascades Trail on the parkway, but we found that the parkway was under construction and we had to get off and then take a detour to get back to Cascades Trail, and we just decided to go home instead. Here are a few pictures of the Cascades waterfall we took a couple years ago when we hiked the trail. Join me next time on Jen's Journeys for my next adventure.